Jonte and Rich. 877-937-1047. You can call us right now. Jump on the air with us right now. You can also text us. Text JJR and your message to 96893. Peyton was out late last night.
I was, but I'm here kicking and screaming.
What time was the concert over? What time did you get home?
So I went to Sabrina Carpenter last night. Doors opened at 6. Show started at 7. She didn't get on until about 8:30. And I was in my car on the way home before 10.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you could have had I got the impression you're up all night.
No.
So you went to bed at a reasonable time?
Yeah, I actually went to bed earlier last night than I have every other day this week.
All right. And you saw her. How was she?
Yeah.
Was she amazing?
She was absolutely epic. It was not just a concert. It was a show. She put on a performance. It was really, really cool. And Jenna just told me, I had no idea, but she kind of took a bite out of Taylor Swift's bag with the bracelets that light up and they kind of flash everywhere.
Yeah.
Jenna had told me that apparently that's Phoenix's show was the first show that they've done that. And apparently we were kind of we're on the radar. People think that maybe we are part of a documentary that Sabrina Carpenter is going to drop later.
Oh.
That would be cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, so me and my brother, we got there later, so we didn't get any cool bracelets. But
What do you mean you got there later?
we got there before the show started, but we got there at 8:15, 8:20. I wasn't going to wait. I was like, let's go get some food and some drinks before we go in. So, but it was such a great show. There were so many people there. I was actually kind of shocked to see a lot of kids there. I was like, okay, you go. I love that.
On a
for you.
school night?
On a
She's
school
spicy,
night.
a little
Yeah,
spicy.
she's a little bit spicier. And, I know she's a Disney star and stuff like that. So I think when you hear Sabrina Carpenter, you don't really go and listen to the words of her music. But it was really cute. I saw a lot of mom and daughter duos where it was obviously their first concert. So it was
I
really
liked
cool.
your outfit that you posted.
Really?
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, you look good.
Cool. Yeah. What was your favorite song that you performed?
My favorite song was probably Taste, which was
That's
the
my
one.
favorite on the album. Such a hit, you guys. She opened with this song. She did?
And yeah, she opened with
great.
Taste, and then she and then also she has the song Juno, which everyone freaked out about. But Juno is the one where she kind of gave an ode to the movie Juno. So she's basically saying I like you, I would let you make me Juno. And then she does her little pose that goes super viral every year.
Oh, I saw
or
her.
every show. So it was awesome.
Which is one of the reasons why it may not be safe for kids.
I know. I was like, okay. And our side of the venue too, we really got to see what was going on. But the setup of the show actually kind of gave me Hairspray vibes. Where they're recording and it's everyone's dancing and having fun.
Her outfits are kind of hairsprayish.
Yeah,
Her
totally.
colors are kind of hairspray.
She definitely gives 80s Hollywood, I think. But
Yeah.
then she does this little thing where it's spin the bottle. And it picks a random song. And the random song we got was Dolly Parton's 9 to 5. And
Stumble
everyone
out of
lost
bed
their
and jump
mind.
to the kitchen,
Yeah.
pour myself a
Yes.
cup of
She
ambition.
crushed it, I bet.
You know why she did that song, I bet you?
Why?
Did you see last week, oh my God, what's the girl's name from Nobody Likes Us that was in Frozen? Married to Dax.
Yes.
Kristen
Bell.
Kristen Bell jumped on it with a band. And the band is the guy who's the agent from the other two. You know, the
It's
funny
the dad band or whatever.
Yeah. And she jumped on stage with them and sang the song and she crushed it.
Oh, wow.
It was unbelievable. Because that was all over a couple days ago, that song. So I wonder if that song's going to make a comeback or something.
Maybe. Who knows?
It's been stuck in my head ever since then.
Or did they do Islands in
They
the
did
Stream?
Islands in the Stream. But still.
Scratch that.
Yeah,
Different song.
she had her little country vibe. She sang Slim Pickens too, which was awesome. And so good.
Slim Pickens.
Very country, I feel like.
Totally.
Yeehaw, Sabrina.
Just to get my fixins. Since the good ones are deceased or taken, I'll just keep on moaning.
So good.
Probably a lot of country artists that wish they had that song.
No,
Because that's
yeah.
a great song.
Probably. She's so good.
I think I have the Kristen Bell thing here somewhere. But I don't know. Maybe I do, maybe I don't.
We got something going on.
I had it. She's
Kristen Bell's really
so good.
Well, we
Kristen
know she can sing. From Frozen, she kills it.
Bell. Say, what was it? I don't know.
Pretty much all the Frozens.
Right.
What about the part where you said your brother? People were mad that you took your brother.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So, Sabrina Carpenter, this show was sold out last night, right? And I have a lot of friends, that like to go to a lot of shows with me. And specifically last night, I had a lot of friends I wanted to go to Sabrina Carpenter, and I didn't know I was going to Sabrina Carpenter until yesterday, like in the morning. So I'm like, okay, obviously I'm going to bring my brother. Like, that's a no-brainer. And I can't tell you, I probably got like 3 or 4 different texts from a couple of my friends, like super salty that I didn't bring them. And I was like, what makes you think I wouldn't bring my brother? But okay.
Well, it's like I would think in like, if you're going to go hierarchy, you would go to your brother first.
Yeah, I mean, it goes Kadeem.
Family.
Kadeem's first, and then it would
Right.
go Jalen. And then
So if
maybe all the
Kadeem
rest
said,
of my
I want to
friends.
go to Sabrina Carpenter tonight, would you be like, oh, I was going to take my brother?
I would be like, do you want to go to Sabrina Carpenter? I don't think you do, so I'm bringing Jalen, would be that conversation.
Be like, are you mad at Jalen?
Yeah,
Because
no.
you know he would want to go more than you.
I know, totally. But like Kadeem wanted to go to Drake, and I made sure he was at Drake. So
That's
it's
true.
like, yeah, hierarchy.
Still the happiest I've ever seen Kadeem.
I know.
Okay, so check this out. Actor Ken Marino has a side project called Middle Aged Dad Jam Band, and he's the agent in the other 2. I know you know, Kyle, exactly what I'm talking about. The one that,
Yes.
you know what I'm talking about? It was a show on HBO Max.
He's hilarious.
He's really, really funny, and he's the one agent. He represented the young kid. So anyway, and Kristen Bell jumped on stage with him to sing Islands in the Stream, and it sounds so good.
Baby, when I met you, there was peace unknown. I set out to get you with a fine-tooth comb. I was soft inside. There was something going on. You do something to me that I can't explain. Hold me closer and I feel no pain. Every beat of my heart.
Good, right?
We got something.
You guys know the song? You know? Oh my God! Wait till maybe the hook.
You know it from Praz.
Tender love is blind. It requires a dedication. What is love we feel needs no conversation. We ride together. Making love with each other.
Here we go.
Islands in the stream. That is what we are.
Oh, I know. I didn't know.
No one in between.
Okay.
How can we be wrong? Sail
I think the Rich Bear Band needs to know that song.
Hell yeah.
Yes, run
They
it back.
need
But you can totally hear Anna in there. Like all
Totally.
I hear is "Love is an open door."
Anyway, pictures and video are up at John J. and Rich on Instagram from Peyton's Night at Sabrina Carpenter. Kyle, what's coming up? 3 things you need to know.
As we ease into this holiday season, there's a lot of travel plans that are about to become reality. And when you jet off, here's how you know if you have tourist syndrome. That's when you do something out of character just because you're on vacation. So most people feel like, vacation when you're traveling, it's just that time where you let your hair down, have some fun. And for many, that means getting out of your comfort zone, trying new things, maybe even rebelling. There were about half the people in this survey that said they'd actually broken the law on vacation that they wouldn't have at home, because there's just something about being away from home. People don't know you, and you feel like they can't find me when I go home. Or
Like,
something
I'm in
like
Chicago. Let's go rob a place.
kind of. That's like kind of what they're saying, but not always the extreme. It's like, hey, you may never go skydiving, but you're on vacation and everyone on the trip is kind of going, and you're like, you know what? Whatever. I'm on vacation. Let's do it.
Yeah, totally. Like I won a twerking contest in Mexico one time. I would never do that here, ever.
On a bar or something like that?
Congratulations.
Yeah, it was at a bar, and it was a twerking contest between like 5 different people, and I won. Got a bunch of free beer.
Tourist syndrome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would never. You wouldn't catch me dead doing that over here.
We're on vacation, so why not?
Exactly.
Like I was in San Francisco and I went to a gay bathhouse. I was like, oh, I'm fine.
Yeah.
San Francisco.
Hey.
Let's do
Part of it is the bath.
Sorry, I haven't done that yet, but I would.
Now you have a term that coins the behavior. Now, we know Ozempic is a diabetes drug that has become a popular drug for weight loss, but it turns out it's got another use that could help tens of millions of Americans. Apparently, it's incredibly effective against alcohol addiction and even opioid addiction. Now, they don't totally know why, but experts do believe it's connected to how the drug creates a feeling of fullness. So you don't really necessarily want to go drink some alcohol because you feel too full to do it. Although they say it's really important that they do more research on that specifically. Like they don't say, just go out and start treating yourself with Ozempic if you have that addiction. But it could be promising for those that are looking for a solution eventually after some more testing. Everybody knows nostalgia right now. It's kind of like all the rage. It's the 90s. 90s everything, right? And Sega Yes, Sega, which alone is a total nostalgic 90s reference, is capitalizing on that. So they're releasing the Emo Jam. And they are saying they want to bring back 90s pager culture. So these Emo Jams are basically little pagers where you and your friend can send emojis back and forth. You can't call them. You can't actually text words. It's literally just emojis back and forth. And they're like, it becomes really fun because you and your friends basically end up creating your own language. And it's sort of like also fun because it's puzzle solving. Like, what are they trying to say with all
awesome.
these emojis?
It's simple.
Yeah, it's very simple. It's called Emo Jam. And if you and your friends want to get in on that, that's maybe a great holiday gift idea. And that's 3 things you need to know.
Horoscope time. Peyton, what's the vibe?
I'm going to tell you how each zodiac sign handles being ghosted.
Oh, good. You know what's funny? Today's National Pickle Day. I thought for sure you were going to have some sort of pickle horoscope.
Nah.
Which pickle are you?
We're getting ghosted today.
How do you handle getting ghosted? Call us at 877-937-1047. You know, we got a couple. It's funny you say that because it says we got a text. John J. Rich, today's my mom's birthday. Her name is Deanna. I was wondering if you could wish her a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Deanna.
Happy birthday, Deanna.
Let's do Deanna. So if your birthday is today, you are a what?
You're a Scorpio.
Okay.
Yeah, and a Scorpio, if you're a Scorpio and you're getting ghosted, you're just going to send a text that says, oh, this is war. Scorpios don't just get ghosted, they get even. So first they're going to delete every trace of you, and then they're probably going to post some mysterious subliminal message, and they'll make sure that you feel their absence just as strongly as they felt your presence.
You know what, too? Antoinette is a Scorpio, too. Did you hear that, Antoinette?
I did.
But I understand you also had another question, too.
Yeah, I did have 2 questions for you guys.
Okay.
One, Kyle, I sent a talk back a while ago, and I never ended up hearing the response. Is Addie saying it's not the 80s because of Bluey? Because I just have to know.
I'm pretty sure it is because I do remember that episode and they watch Bluey nonstop. But also, she goes, yesterday we were driving the car and she goes, so you know how you like listening to music all the time? And that's like a total 80s thing. Why is that an 80s thing? Like, people like listening to music currently. Like, you like listening to music. So I don't know, she has some weird obsession with the 80s too. Maybe because of Bluey.
I love it. And then the second question I had, so a friend of mine, we've listened to you guys for years when we worked together, and her son, she found out, passed away in a car accident out here in the valley, like a little over 24 hours ago, and so I was wondering if you guys could toss her a prayer.
Sure, absolutely. You want to tell us her name?
Her name is Monique.
Oh, it's so sad.
Devastated.
Praying for her.
Praying for Monique. Thanks,
Yeah.
Antoinette. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you guys. Love you guys so
Love
much.
you
Have a
too.
great day.
Bye. Allie, what's your sign? Allie.
Libra, sorry.
Just like Kyle. Okay, so if you guys are getting ghosted, you are going to send a text saying, like, did I miss a red flag? Because I'm definitely not the problem. Libras are the type to consider all sides and probably give you the benefit of the doubt. But when they finally accept that they've been ghosted, you guys are just going to craft the classiest but shadiest goodbye text just to keep the vibe kind of respectful. And then you're going to peace out with zero drama.
Yep, that is definitely me.
My Libras are never the problem. So there's that.
All right, Allie, have a great day.
Thank you, you too.
What's up, Rick?
Hey, good morning, guys. How y'all doing?
Hey.
Good.
All right, what's your sign, dude?
Aries.
I have my daughter here. She's also a Pisces.
Oh, heck yeah. Okay, I'll hit Aries first, and then we'll get into Pisces because Rich is a Pisces, too. But Aries, if you're going to get ghosted, you're going to send a text that says, oh, so you're going to ghost me? Aries, you guys are going to get big mad. You're going to be ready to pop off in 100 ways. And your first instinct is to go full savage mode with texts like, have a good life. So that's kind of you that's you for my Aries. But for your daughter, who is a Pisces, and Rich, you're also a Pisces, your response to getting ghosted is going to be, guess I'll just write a poem about it.
Yeah, I was
Pisces,
thinking that same thing.
You guys are in your feels and you're going to listen to sad playlists, rewatch your favorite rom-coms, and probably write a little bit of poetry. But once you've gone too deep into your emotions, you'll let it all go. You'll be all right.
Yeah, that's got to create art from everything.
Yeah.
You get that, Rick?
Yeah.
Okay,
yes,
good.
sir. Y'all have a good day,
You
guys.
too, brother.
Bye.
Drive safe. Thank you. What about for you, for Leo?
Leo, we are going to hit you with the text saying, bold choice, ghosting me. Leo, we are shook. We cannot believe that someone would just disappear on us, of all people. So after a dramatic selfie dump on Instagram, just to remind everyone what they're missing, we're going to simply decide that whoever ghosted them probably didn't deserve our energy anyway.
Okay. Now, before you do Virgo, I'm going to guess what Virgo is. So this is like how I would react if I was ghosted. I think it's 2 ways. Either I would blow them up, or I just don't care and I ignore it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you're kind of in the middle.
Oh, really?
A little bit,
I'm in the middle.
yeah.
Okay, what does it say?
Yeah, because your response would just be like, should have seen that coming. Like, I get it. Virgo probably predicted that this was coming and you had a whole strategy to deal with it. So after dissecting the entire situation, you're going to decide that you were actually too good for them anyway. And then you're just going to file it away as another life lesson and get back to living your best life.
Okay, pretty much.
So you'll be upset at first and then you'll be like, whatever, you don't deserve me.
I have this friend of mine who's a famous football player, and there was a movie out about his life. And I saw the movie, and I texted him. Man's movie was freaking great. Great movie. Never responded.
Ghosted.
Right? That was a couple of years ago. Mm-hmm. And every once in a while, I go back and look at the text.
And still no text back.
No text back. No. Shelby, what's your sign?
Sagittarius.
Okay, Sagittarius, somebody ghosts you, you're just going to be like, you're so lame. Sagittarius, you get ghosted and you just shrug it off like, okay, guess that's over. You'll probably have plane tickets to 3 other cities for all your little side pieces to hit up anyway, so it's barely going to phase you. You're just going to tell the story later as a ha-ha-ha, remember when moment.
That's great. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, Shelby, have a great day. Thanks for listening. Yes, go on.
Question.
Okay.
I had a question for you guys. So all day yesterday, I was listening from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. for that keyword. Is it one keyword or is it a keyword per hour?
Keyword per hour. Keyword
good.
per hour.
Kyle knows.
You're talking about you want to win the money and the trip.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a different keyword every hour?
Yes.
I care for the money. I literally want the trip. I was like, oh my gosh, all those artists are going to be there. I do daycare, and literally all day I was like, guys, like, listen, please. Like, I need to hear the word. And I only got one. I was like,
well,
I got my headphones ready. I'm ready to go. So
Good luck.
Good luck.
thank you so much.
Thanks, Shelby.
You guys have a great day.
You too. Thanks for listening. We're going to do some stacks and some hacks. I got stacks information, Rich's life hacks. The average American man has 8 friends total, including 5 general friends, 3 close friends, and 2 best friends. I think if I stretch, I have that. Today's National Pickle Day. A poll asked, do you ever drink the pickle juice straight from the jar?
Yep.
Every time.
It's delicious.
An annual list of the worst passwords just came out. Coming in number 1, I think for the second year in a row, secret. That's the password, secret.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Nope, that's number 2.
I thought you were going to say
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
password.
6.
Password.
Password's number 3.
Okay.
You know number 4 is? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, really?
Yeah. According to a Mexican chef, and I think this is very, very important because there's a lot of Mexican restaurants here, actually everywhere. Here's how you can tell if you are in a bad Mexican restaurant. The problem is, so many of these restaurants have been Americanized that people are just used to it. I'm not going to name names of which restaurants because I know from my family, some of my family members are like, let's go here. And I'm like, oh. But here's how you can tell you're in a bad Mexican restaurant. The guacamole is pre-made.
Mm-hmm.
The salsa is cold, which actually, I'm not going to lie to you, I like cold salsa.
That's
but
okay.
It's supposed to be room temperature. The chips are thin and brittle. I'm not going to lie to you, I like that too.
Stale chips aren't bad.
And it's not just a Mexican place. If they got other things there, like, sushi or pizza, it's not a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, but sometimes you want a sweet and sour burrito. You just do.
I kind of think that, that's a good gauge, though. Like, if it's a good Mexican restaurant, the chips and guac and salsa have to be good. And it's the same thing. Like, if a restaurant has good fries and good ranch, then it's probably a good restaurant in general.
Here's the best way, I think, that I always judge a good Mexican restaurant, if there are Mexicans in the restaurant. That's how you can tell if it's a good restaurant.
Facts.
Same with Chinese food.
Yeah.
9% of people say they always or usually take a photo of their food when they're eating out. I kind of always do every time they bring out food. I take a picture of it. It never looks like it does through my eyes. I'm so bad at it.
Hard to capture the colors.
70% of Americans say that thoughtful messages are more valuable to them than gifts. Something to think about when we do Secret Santa this year. If I get any of you guys, I'll be like, you're awesome.
Words of
You're
affirmation.
Well, yeah, you should probably know the person's love language first.
In China, some cops prefer guard geese over guard dogs because geese are more territorial and have better eyesight.
Yeah, they're mean,
I was
too.
going to say, have you ever seen a geese try to attack someone?
I got attacked by geese when I was a kid. I'm still terrified.
What do you got for life hacks, Rich?
All right, let's talk about road trips. And everybody thinks when you go on a road trip, you need to drink lots and lots and lots of water. And doctors are saying, don't do that. Here's the hack, because if you drink too much water, you're actually overhydrating, which means you're going to pee it all out, which means you're going to be dehydrated again. And you don't have time to be stopping on the road every 20 minutes to go pee. So here's what they say to do. Get electrolyte water. It's going to keep you hydrated. The salt's going to help you mineralize. You're going to feel better. And if you're in a car for a long time and you start feeling nauseous or queasy from the car ride, of course, look out the window, put down your phone or your tablet, but smell rubbing alcohol. The smell of rubbing alcohol actually will quease your will fix your nauseousness in seconds. I didn't know that, but you can smell rubbing alcohol. God bless you, Gesundheit. And then you will be better. So those life hacks and many more can be found at johnjanerich.com.
I'm going to tell you that I love you every day. I promise that.
I waited till this moment to tell you that I love you, and I want to spend the rest of my life with you.
I've been waiting forever to do this.
Oh my gosh.
Joan, will you marry me?
Of course I'll marry you.
They're cute. That's the guy that came back. His mom was sick. He went to go see his mom, and he came back for love.
Also, this is going to be big in my house. This is so stupid. HBO released the trailer for Yacht Rock, a documentary. Now, my wife is all excited because she likes that band that comes around. And I was like, Blake, the documentary is not about the band. The band that you like is a cover band. The documentary is about all the bands that the cover band covers. She likes the cover band better than the bands. Like, the cover band is called Yachtly Crew, and she follows them around everywhere. But this is a little bit of the documentary.
It rocks, but it doesn't rock too hard. The singers all seem to be saying, hey, it's going to be okay.
Oh, wait. I think I might be in.
It's perfect sitting down dancing music.
Also known as Yacht Rock.
Steely Dan.
The
Doobie Brothers.
Toto.
Kenny Loggins.
Christopher Cross. Michael McDonald.
I expected to be totally forgotten by the end of the 80s.
The term yacht rock emerged from a comedy show.
All of a sudden, this new genre we made up started to get embraced by the world.
Yacht. Isn't that funny?
I think I'm going to be in on that. It sounds great.
I'm probably going to watch it, but I just can't see me being interested more than 5 minutes.
Right.
More than the trailer.
That trailer's amazing. All the good songs are in there.
There's a documentary about Martha Stewart's in the top 10. And I was watching it, and here are some things Martha Stewart says that sound dirty. They're not dirty, okay, when you hear this. But when Martha says it.
And now, things that Martha Stewart says that sound dirty but aren't.
So now take off your apron. 5-fingered palm. There it is. Look how big that is. It looks real nice. It's not as hard as you think. Well, here we have it. We have more meat than you can possibly imagine. These two can be drained until they're glossy and stiff. 2 inches deep. And the inside moist. So now we can do the rest by hand. Yum. Wow.
That was things that Martha Stewart says that sound dirty but aren't.
All right, Rich, let's hear about your holiday party.
Yeah, so we're having a holiday party that I think Stacy and I now feel like we weren't really intending to have. She said, you should talk about this on your show, because I didn't really commit.
She told you to talk about it?
Yeah, she's like, you should talk about this on your show.
Telling you how to do your show now.
She said, she's like, how come you haven't talked about the party that we're having that we don't have anything to do with? So I think, I've talked about Tamara on our show, who is the home organizer, and Peyton has used Tamara. Mm-hmm. And Tamara kind of comes in your house, and she's great. She's awesome. Incredible human being, very funny, but very, she knows what she knows.
She takes over.
Yeah. And the last few years, we've been to a Christmas party at her place, and she takes over that, too. Like, she'll say, you go over and talk to this person, you haven't met them yet. Like, that kind of take control of the party. So this year, she's helping Stacy kind of get ready for some stuff at the house. And she says, I'm not having a party. I moved. I've got too small of a place. So I really like doing these parties. Why don't you guys pick a day, and I'll just organize your whole party for you. So Stacey and I start talking, and we're like, well, we've always wanted to have a yearly thing, like a night that is our thing. And so we decided on Black Friday this year. But then I realized that nothing I want to do at the party is happening because I thought it would be cool to get one of those people that brings in a pizza oven and make custom pizza for people.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't that be delicious?
Delicious.
Heck yeah.
Shot down. It's a charcuterie board. So I say,
I'm like, wait, Stacey, are we sure?
I mean, pizza's pretty awesome.
I said,
we can do pizza and
it's,
charcuterie.
you know, it's elevated when it comes out of one of those cool
well,
pizza
that's their
ovens.
thing. It's like charcuterie board. Everybody loves. I'm like, no. People walk in and they say charcuterie board because people like to say charcuterie. It's a fun word to say.
I like to eat the cheese on a charcuterie board.
But you're not excited.
But I also eat all the cheese.
You're not excited about a charcuterie board. And she's like, what if we have shrimp? I'm like, yeah, but then the shrimp's sitting out all night. But a pizza guy making pizza just for you is going to be awesome. I've been shot down on that.
Why can't you have both?
That's what
Those are two totally different meals.
I could go rogue. I could go rogue and bring in my own pizza person.
Oh my gosh, do it. I want it. And then I want to be there to see the...
Me too. I'm like, I dare you because like Stacey's like one of my favorite people to have a drink with, and at this party, I'm like, I want to be able to have some pizza with my nice wine, you know?
Well, that's what Stacey said. She's like, Peyton's going to be there. We need a bartender.
Yes.
You just had a party for Audrey's graduation. That's enough.
That was like
asking people to come all the way to your house. That's a lot.
Well, so then I start talking about the guest list, and Stacey and Tamara say, we already know the people that you want to invite. You don't need to worry about anything. I'm like, well, what do you mean? They said, like, we got all the addresses that we need. We're sending out invites. I'm like, can't I just text my friends and tell them to come over? They're like, no, because that's not elevated. A party invitation is elevated. So I don't even get to pick the people that I'm having at my party. So I think it's going to be Tamara and Stacey's friends at the party.
It's their party.
At the with the charcuterie board party. So maybe I've got to do like a Splinter Cell party down in the alley next to the house
with the pizza,
with a pizza oven and a bartender.
You could be like, hey, Tudor's down the street.
I've never been less in charge of anything, any social event in my house in my whole life. I guess I'm okay with that. But no, I say no to charcuterie boards because no guys really like a charcuterie board. Nobody does. I mean, women probably think it's pretty.
I mean, I had a charcuterie board party, and it was pretty awesome.
Well, yours was different. Like, you were like, bring your own,
yours
right?
had burgers.
We had a Taco Bell charcuterie.
Exactly.
If I see tacos on a charcuterie board, I'm all excited.
I don't know where the whole charcuterie thing came from.
It's new, right?
But I mean, like, to me, it's just on a cutting board. I don't care where it is. I like the food. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, you put it on the table, put it on a plate. I don't know, they make it look nice. But like I said, every time I was at this thing at the governor's house, and he had the whole countertop was the whatever you call it, charcuterie
like
board.
a graze board.
Yeah.
The whole thing. So I was just grabbing handfuls of cheese. I love cheese.
But you don't go to a
really
party thinking, I'm going to eat some cold salami and it's going to be awesome.
No, I'm hoping they have better food there. Yeah.
I'm working on it.
In fact, before I went to that party, I was like, is there food? And they were like, charcuterie stuff.
That's what I keep saying. Are you
But
going to have
to me,
dinner
that's
for
not
people?
like a meal. You need a meal.
Yes, you need a meal.
Right.
All right. I'm working on the pizza oven, people.
Hey, real quick. Kyle brought up on TV the other day that Mike Tyson documentary with Paul. Jake Paul. I'm almost done with it. It's so good.
It's really good, right?
It's really, really good. And the fight's tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it's turning into a big thing in my house because I think Mike Tyson, if it's real, is going to kill him.
I know.
Like, kill this guy. If it's real. The problem is what I was trying to tell my son Dutch, is that it's show business. It's not a real boxing sanctioned by the whatever. Right. So, and Jake Paul is Flash, and he is pushing Mike Tyson so far that Mike Tyson should, the way we know Mike Tyson, kill him before the fight, like somewhere else.
What do you mean by he's pushing him? Does that get into the documentary or what?
No, like yesterday he was wearing the gold or diamond crusted ear protector. So Mike Tyson and the stuff he's calling Mike Tyson out on. He's and the training. Jake Paul's only been boxing for 4 years. Mike Tyson grew up in the worst conditions ever.
Right. Well, I mean, like he said before, like when he fights, like he blacks out. He sees red.
Yes.
Like he's like, this is not a game.
One
this
punch.
Isn't for show. Like
He will kill you.
I am
When you
trying to hurt you.
When you see Mike Tyson's like softer side when he's with his daughter, she's playing tennis.
Yeah.
He takes her
Or
shopping.
when he's with Hezbollah and kissing his face.
But in the documentary, he takes his daughter shopping, and she talks about how he doesn't brush his teeth.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I wonder if that's for boxing. Like, she breathe all over the guy. But I don't think he brushed his teeth ever.
You just see green coming out of his mouth.
But like honestly, like I think the only way I could see like Jake Paul winning is if they made some kind of deal, because several times in the documentary they talk about like if Mike Tyson loses, it's not going to do anything to his legacy. He's still going to be this amazing boxer, but it could legitimize Jake Paul as a real boxer because he's not getting a whole lot of respect in the boxing industry.
And Jake Paul's getting like $40 million for the fight, and Mike Tyson's getting maybe $10 million or something.
Really?
Something like that, yeah. But if it's real, Mike Tyson should kill him.
Should.
I mean, it doesn't. I almost feel silly watching it, but I'm going
are
to.
we scared for Jake Paul right now, or?
Unless the fix is in, and it seems like
That's
the
what I'm
fix
saying.
is in.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah. I mean, the only thing is they will get him with the stamina because they've talked about, like he's a lot older than Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Jake Paul may be able to
30 years
last
older.
a lot more rounds.
It doesn't matter though, man. When you see him train,
and you see him now, like compared to 2 weeks ago, Mike Tyson looks even meaner now.
Watching Mike Tyson train in this documentary, it's like he is a beast. He's explosive in everything he's doing. Like he's on a bike, and I'm like, I think he's going to kill the bike.
It's number 2 on Netflix right now. It's so good. Anyway, let's say hello to Melissa. Melissa, hi.
Good morning.
Hey.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Can we call... Oh, crap. What was his name? Anyways, whatever he was on, I need some of that chill in my life. Holy crap.
Totally busted, totally chill.
Miles.
Oh, my gosh. It was like he was on a bunch of edibles. Am I wrong?
He's like, it's not what you think it is. Well, then again, it is what you think it is.
Like, there was such a long pause between everything you said, and then we had to wait, like, with bated breath for him to finally say something.
I know. The War of the Roses, huh?
That's funny. I was like, hello?
I know.
Care about something. Come on, Miles.
Where are you going, Melissa? What are you doing today?
I'm taking my kids to school. Say hi, girls.
Hi.
Have a great day.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
You too. Payne, yesterday you were back there in the back room, and you were like, bring back the John Jane Rich Choir. And I was like, I wanted to know what happened. What are you talking about?
Well, so I was in the producer's room. It was me, Nick, Grant, and Jenna back there. And Grant sometimes will just randomly play like a bunch of videos from the John Jane Rich YouTube channel. And we get to like go and see stuff that you guys did 10, 15 years ago, right? That we've never seen. And he started to play this one, and it was like you guys were singing Part of Your World from the Disney movie Aladdin. And I was like, what is this? He's like, well, this is what we used to do. We just used to be absolutely ridiculous, and we would just sing randomly on the air. And it was the John Jane Rich Choir.
That's what it was called?
That's what it was called, was the John Jane Rich Choir. And
Because
I
we
was
were like, what are you talking about?
we need to bring this back. I was like, this is hilarious. Because you guys were like kind of trying, but also not really kind of trying.
Well,
but it was
this
hilarious.
This is part of it from Aladdin.
Can you guys
No, that's not the clip. And then he played for you when he did Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
I Want It That Way is the number 1 boy band pop song of all time. So we thought we're going to do our own choir.
And that's Rich on the guitar.
You are my fire. I never want to hear you say I want it that way. 'Cause I want it that way.
So here's the moment yesterday when the show was over. We're sitting here, and this is the moment you came in through the walkie-talkie, and this is what you said.
Can you guys hear me back there? I'm about to start a petition. I think we should bring back at least once a week the John Jane Rich Choir. Feel like we need to run it back. Very funny.
The choir?
When did we do that? What is she talking about?
Do you guys not remember singing Aladdin on the air?
Oh, yeah.
And I Want It That Way. It's hilarious. Make radio fun again.
So I went back there, and I was kind of like picking your brain, talking to you without letting you know, and you were kind of singing Espresso.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have an idea. So these are the lyrics to Espresso. We have the instrumental.
You're up.
And now we bring back
No, everybody has to do it. I can't do
The
it.
John
by
Jane
Jump
Rich.
in during the chorus when we know
the
the
John
words. We
Jane
don't know.
Rich Choir. Sabrina Carpenter's Espresso, starring Payne Whitmore.
When do I start? Where's this here? Now he's think about me every night. Oh, isn't that sweet? I guess so. Say you can't sleep, baby. I know that's that me espresso. Move it up, down, left, right. Oh, switch it up like Nintendo. Say you can't sleep, baby. I know that's that me espresso. I can't relate to desperation. Might give up or on vacation. And I got this one boy, and he won't stop calling when they act this way. I know I got him. Too bad your ex don't do it for you. Walked in, a dream came true to for you. Soft skin and I perfumed it for you. Ba-da-da-da-da. I know I'm Mountain Dew for you.
That's good. Good. So now you're part of.
Didn't jump in.
Yes.
That song isn't.
Your backup vocal.
That song isn't to an Aladdin and Backstreet Boys level
true.
just yet, because it's only a year or two old.
It's true.
So I don't know the words. I know the zen. That's all I got.
And I'm working late because I'm a singer.
Yeah, that was me last night, though. I was like, I'm working late because I do radio and I have to be here.
Crushed
So
it,
now
Peyton.
you're
Crushed it.
officially a member of the John Jane Rich Choir.
That was awesome.
All right, good job. I want to tell you about a TV show that I saw yesterday. Did you see the most recent episode of Shrinking?
Yes.
I have never laughed so hard. I laughed so hard at this show. I was all by myself. My wife came in to see if everything was okay because I was crying. I was laughing so hard. It was, to me, the funniest episode of television that I can't think of. Yeah, the part where he's sitting there when the gay best friend is on the couch with the daughter and they're confronting the drunk driver.
Yeah.
And that whole scene, I know it sounds...
Just because how uncomfortable he is.
He was so uncomfortable, and the way he reacted, it is just genius, in my point of view. Genius writing, genius television, genius acting. It is I couldn't handle it. It was so funny. Like I lost it. I completely lost myself in this show. You didn't think so?
I thought it was funny. It's a good episode. I think all the episodes are great, but I wasn't like crying laughing. It was funny.
I was dying.
But I think all the episodes are really funny.
Also, it also depends on your environment. Like I was thank God I was by myself on the couch. I play this little game.
It's the best way to watch TV.
I play this game at my house where I put on, let's say, Netflix, and I wait to see how long before I get interrupted. Right? And because my wife was on a Zoom the whole time, I didn't get interrupted at all. So I got to watch the whole show. And it was great.
And she was probably on a Zoom that you should have been on.
Jolynn, hi, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good. What's going on?
I just had to say that Peyton singing that song reminded me of Ariana Grande covering it on SNL.
Oh my gosh! Yes,
so good. That the wedding song they did about that was so good. I think Ariana Grande should be a cast member on SNL. She's great.
She's very funny.
But like the comparisons I've had to people on SNL lately is insane. I've got Maya Rudolph and now Ariana Grande doing Espresso. I'll take that compliment. Thank you, Jolynn.
Of course.
Have a great day,
you guys.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.
Also, on Max, the Penguin series ended, right?
Oh my gosh, did it? Did you watch the finale?
So I'm halfway through. I got 3 episodes left, so I started, and it just where I'm at is it's a really graphic show. It's a really good show, but all I've heard is how dark this episode, the season finale was, and you saw it.
I watched it, and it is so. If you're not into superhero movies, think of this as almost like a gritty crime show because they have somebody named the Penguin in it, doesn't really matter. It's like a mob show, and the way it ends is the darkest thing. I'm talking about like Game of Thrones. Dark times 2. It was really over the top. No spoilers, but I don't think there's going to be a season 2. And it is absolutely, it'll tunnel you out. You'll be in a weirdest mood all day. But it's worth watching.
If you say there won't be a season 2, that's implying that Penguin dies.
It's possible.
Or is it something like Penguin dies, but then kind of like Dexter? How you hear they're making did we talk about that? How they're making Dexter. They're making it like in the last Dexter, it seemed like he died, and then now it's like he's coming back.
Here's the way I'll say it. I think that they were one and done with this. It's supposed to be one and done. Like they put everything into the series, but it's so popular. They're asking Colin Farrell, would he come back to do a season 2? And he said, if the writing's as good as season 1, then of course. But how are you going to top that? It's one of those.
That makes sense. Are you guys watching Abbott Elementary?
No.
You guys got to get into it. I feel like it's right up your alley when it comes to terms of like stupid humor.
It's my favorite.
The problem I have with Abbott Elementary is the same problem I have with a lot of shows when they're on normal networks. I just don't think they're that good.
They're so good, though. It's so good. And like the
thing.
pop-up, the cameos are so good. They're about to do a collab with the cast from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh.
So they're about to do like a crossover episode. And I'm very excited about
Where do you watch it on? Is it on
you can
Netflix?
watch on Hulu.
Oh, Hulu.
Yeah, I know.
Hey,
But
a
you
couple
can watch
text
it.
messages about your singing.
How bad I am.
No, it's so good. You got
Literally.
like every
Peyton, get it, girl. I want to say what's up to my girl.
What up? My
Here's
mom
another
thinks I'm
one.
the worst singer ever. She tells me to stop singing every time. So.
John J. Rich, oh my God, please keep the John J. Rich Choir as a segment or a game, singing more recent songs. It'll be a hoot.
Yes.
Here's Ariana
Everyone
Grande
agrees with me.
from SNL. Here's the clip from Ariana on SNL.
Air out, the shots are flowing, yeah. Guys on the dance floor grooving, yeah. We say no thanks, she's taken, yeah.
She's trying to sound bad. It doesn't sound bad.
I know.
Let me ask you something. Do you think if Taylor Swift wasn't dating Travis Kelce that we would know who Jason Kelce is? Kyle, your thoughts?
Nope.
Peyton?
No way.
Rich?
No.
Okay. Because I saw the dude's got a Christmas album.
Yeah, well, it's the one he does with his football players. This is the 3rd or 4th edition of this Christmas album.
This one is with Stevie Nicks.
Yeah, they got guests.
I thought that was a song on the album.
Wait, what I'm saying? He's got a Christmas album with like a real singer. Like, would we care about that? And it's pretty good. Did you hear it? Listen.
Maybe this Christmas will mean something more. Maybe this year love will appear deeper than ever before.
And maybe forgiveness will ask us to call.
Anyway, Merry Christmas. What else you got on Jason Kelce?
Well, that song actually is number 1 right now out of all the Christmas songs. And so they're like, oh, Jason Kelce dethroned Mariah Carey. So Jason Kelce is now the new queen of Christmas. And they talked about it on their podcast. And it was funny because like at first he's like joking around, but then I think he's like realistic about it.
I've fought my whole life to be the queen of Christmas, and the fact that we're finally there is just it's really special. You know, I know we caught it in early November. We'll see if it holds up throughout the rest of Christmas. We kind of caught it on the Christmas downslide. Like not too many people are listening to Christmas music, so we kind of jumped
snuck in there. Yeah, I get it.
I'll take it when I can get it.
I wonder how Mariah feels. She's probably like, this dude. It's not even Taylor Swift's boyfriend. It's Taylor Swift's boyfriend's brother. Are you kidding me?
I know. She's probably like, just wait till December 1st.
Yeah. She's like, I'm still defrosting, babe. You're good.
I know, exactly. So then I guess there was also this football player this week who people noticed that there was like stuff on the backside.
Oh, yeah, I saw the headline.
And they're like, oh my gosh, did he poop his pants while he was on the field? Like, what? And Jason Kelce said, it's kind of a common thing. Like, it's happened to him before.
Phil, you know, like when you and you know that there's a possibility something just came up, but you're not certain.
You
And I
got
remember
white pants,
turning.
you got to get off the field.
I turned to my buddy and I was like, hey, can you check me? Because I think I might have right?
Can you
And he
check
checks me. He says, you're good. I go out for warm-ups, do the whole warm-ups. Lane comes up to me after warm-ups. He's like, hey, you guys all up and down your pants right now.
So it's common then.
That's what he says. It's like, it happens, definitely. But I'm like, that can't stay our queen of Christmas.
You're right. Dethroned.
He was a short-lived. You gave it to him and took it away. What about the robbery? Do they address that robbery? The him and
Jason Kelce didn't, or Patrick Mahomes did, but Travis Kelce did not. Both of their homes were robbed. And it's interesting because Patrick Mahomes, he addresses it, but then also says like he can't really get into it.
Obviously, it's frustrating, it's disappointing,
But, I can't get into too many of the details because the investigation is still ongoing. But obviously something that you don't want to happen to really anybody, but obviously yourself.
Didn't you say it's like an FBI is involved, not just regular police?
Yeah, so they're probably like, you can't say anything. Because supposedly, because the FBI gets involved, it has something to do with organized crime. So it's much bigger than just a simple burglary.
How about Ariana Grande?
Burgle. So Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, they're doing like so many interviews for the Wicked movie. I know Peyton and I get to go see a screening of it this weekend, and it's going to be, I'm really looking forward to it. But they were getting interviewed by Hoda and Savannah, and they surprised them when Hoda and Savannah asked, like, hey, are there any songs that you guys have like ever wanted to sort of sing together, but you kind of feel like maybe you could release it at one point? And they just like start breaking out in song.
Whatever you want, whatever you need, anything you want done, baby, I'll do it naturally. 'Cause I'm every woman, it's all in me. It's all in me.
I don't think they could have casted better for this movie.
I'm like, nobody can question the vocals of this movie
at all. Did you see like the reactions of the LA premiere of the movie?
No, people going crazy,
crying like snot tears.
I know.
Crying
I don't want
after the movie.
I actually don't want to hear that because I want my expectations to be low. Because when your expectations are so high going into a movie, it's hard for it to live up to whatever you've concocted in your brain.
It's going to be good. Even the previews look like, I need to see that.
I know nothing about this movie. Nothing about the play, nothing. So I'm going in with nothing. So I hope to walk out of there.
I think that's you got to keep the baseline, and then you want it to wow you, but you don't want to have like these super high expectations.
You don't
and then
want to be like,
down. Well, I wish I saw this.
There's a thing online because I guess that it opens Thanksgiving weekend. Is that when it opens? Mm-hmm. So it's like, what are you going to go see? Wicked, Moana 2, or Red 1? And that's like this huge debate. But to me, the only movie I'm hearing about is Wicked.
Well, Wicked comes out the 22nd, and then Moana comes out the next weekend.
And then,
so it comes out the Friday before Thanksgiving week. So Wicked has 1 week on top of Moana.
Yes, Nick?
And Red 1 is out tomorrow.
Oh.
So they're all separated by a week. But
tremendous.
Thanksgiving weekend, if you haven't gone to Wicked yet, you are probably going to pick Moana 2 over Wicked. I mean, most people. I want to see Moana really bad.
I want to see Moana too, but Wicked's taking precedence.